Welcome back, part two. In part two, we're going to see Officers Brown, badge number 14158, and Officer Shonk, badge number 30779, here from the local police station in Ashford. What we're going to see here is that police have been sent along naively to act for the criminal bankers and their lawyers to ensure there's not a breach of the peace. And what they mean by that is not upholding the law. What they mean by this is they are going to make sure that papers are served by the bank's services following a false hearing in the court where we didn't even get the application paper from Lloyds Bank's lawyers, DLA Piper. I also go on to talk about what fraud is and about the officer's oath, which they don't know. And the question's got to be, how can the police uphold the law if they don't know the law? I hope you enjoy this next section and there'll be more to follow. Thanks. No, there isn't. The frauds are closed down by the City of London by the Home Office Council. Can you hold that trace?
Trace is there first.
Yeah, it's okay.
Right,
Right, guys.
darling, okay, honey?
We are being
Okay. Yeah.
Can you open? Hi, why have you just come?
Sorry?
Why have you just come?
Just for
They're issuing some paperwork
just
to you.
issuing some paperwork.
What is the paperwork for? Let's have your badge number.
Badge number's here, mate.
And what's your name?
My name's PC Shonk.
And what's your name?
PC Brown 14158.
Right, and do you know about the frauds that are going on?
I have no idea what's going on. We're just here, to
make sure.
prevent any breach of the peace.
Right.
That's solely
That's
why
So
solely
we're
why
here.
who is that just paperwork?
I don't know. I don't know who.
We've been called here.
We're
Sorry,
just
just to back the phone up from my
to
Facebook.
support.
Thank you.
Who instructed you here?
They've asked us to come.
Who is they? Under the Police Reform Social Responsibility Act 2011, you have a duty to serve the public. You have a duty to uphold human rights. Who are they?
That's not.
Yes,
any
it
relevance
is.
To it,
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Why is it not?
What relevance does that have?
The relevance
to it?
is
They're
these
here to
banking-
issue you some paperwork.
The banking
We've been
frauds.
here to prevent.
You are here to support people. Who has sent you to say, deliver the paperwork?
That's no relevance.
Yes, it is relevant because there's fraud going on in the UK by the UK
Okay,
banks.
Okay.
I used to advise government on property fraud and money laundering.
Okay. And there's officers that investigate that.
No, there isn't. The frauds are closed down by City of London Police via action fraud. The Home Office counting rules are substandard.
Okay.
Do you know how the Home Office counting rules works?
What influence do you believe I have over that?
Well, you're obviously servants to the Crown,
But what
as are the
influence
courts.
do
The
you-
frauds
do you
are
think
being
I
done
have
by
any
people.
impact over who manages
Because
fraud
you're
investigations?
well,
I'm a police
I'm asking
constable.
what you're here for.
We've said
And
why
I've
we're here.
explained why we're here. Just to prevent any
just
breach of
prevent
peace.
anything.
Right, I'd like to report a fraud.
Okay.
Will you come in? I want to report a fraud.
What fraud do you want to report?
2006 Fraud Act, 2010 Bribery Act,
Yeah.
police malfeasance. Malfeasance of your crime commissioner Matthew Scott, malfeasance of Folkestone Police, malfeasance of Kent Police.
In terms of what? What's happened?
You're not doing your duty to uphold public interest.
How so?
So we report fraud. I work with an ex-police senior lawyer I work with Anthony Stansfield, the ex-crime commissioner. I work with a court subject matter expert. I work with people like Professor Nigel Harper, ex-HMRC. What they are doing, they are trying to steal our properties. So what happened was, Lloyds Bank, we had a loan at Lloyds Bank. They promised to lend us 200k. What happened is, at 85k they pulled the rug.
Okay.
So you've got to see which is your Ivy test. Are you familiar with the Ivy test?
No.
Overtook Gauche.
No.
Are you familiar with Gauche?
No.
You're joking. You are seriously joking. Gauche was 1982. It was the test for deception.
Okay.
Do you not know any
No.
of this? Okay. So what happens is, when somebody reports fraud, you're put through to a quango called action fraud.
Yes. Yeah.
You agree it's a quango?
Well, no, I agree. Action fraud.
It's a
You go
call
through to
centre.
Action fraud. Yeah.
It's a call centre based at Glasgow. Have you heard of Noel Edmonds?
Yes.
Right, if you look up Noel Edmonds, Noel was a victim of Lloyds Bank fraud, and they paid him quite a substantial amount. I was at the AGM of Lloyds Bank a couple of weeks back, raising with them, and you get an FCA document called, it's a vulnerability document, it's the FCA code FG21/1. But at the moment, what you've got happening in the police is malfeasance, misfeasance, and non-feasance. And what they're doing, they're not training officers like you guys about fraud. So it's put through to a quango. The quango, the City of London, is run by the Corporation of London. The Corporation of London is run by the bankers, the lawyers, the auditors, etc. They're the ones that are doing the frauds. They're placing charges at Land Registry. They are not updating, get you as well, they're not updating Land Registry. So what happens is, they're not declaring that they've sold the securitisation on. We've got evidence in there where Lloyds raised £250,000 on me and other people. The reason you guys are here, you're probably totally innocent and genuine, decent guys, but you're not being told what's really going on.
Well, the difficulty is we're not involved in any investigation.
No,
So
but you are
any of this
involved in
investigation-
supporting the idiot crooks that are coming after
Well, no,
people.
all we're doing is preventing a breach of the peace. So any investigation that's ongoing,
Well, they're not
is
investigating.
separate.
The investigations get closed down.
well, whatever's going, I don't know what's going on.
I've been
in the
into
background,
Ashford Police Station
but- Yeah.
and seen a very decent guy in there. Used to be a copper, and I reported it. What they're doing in shadow banking, so when you have a loan or mortgage, the bank sells the debt on. When you sign a loan or mortgage agreement, it's a promissory note. That is then pulled in a big bundle. There could be 3, 4, 5,000 documents in there. And then the banks sell them on, the banks don't lend. And this stems from the 2008 banking crash. I used to advise government, I used to advise HMRC and NTC, National Trading Standards for estate agents. We had an estate agency group. We had an estate agency group
Do you want us
with...
to come out? Rather
Yeah,
than
might be
stand
easier.
just kneeling on the floor.
So basically, if you guys come in,
This is crazy.
what is it?
It's eviction notice, but they're not even going to tell us when they're coming.
DLA Piper, well, we will have a lot of people here.
They're not even going to tell us when they're coming.
And under the castle doctrine, I've
Are
got
you
a
listening?
right.
They're not even going to tell us when they're coming.
Can you hold that, Trace?
Grace is there, Trev.
Yeah, it's okay.
Grace,
Right,
Grandad's
guys,
just
come in
talking,
here.
darling, okay, honey?
We are
do
being
you want the door
threatened by
Yeah,
DLA
please.
Piper and Lloyds Bank.
Grandad's just talking. Grace, Grace,
on
Grace,
record.
Grace, come here. Come here, honey. This is
is
not
what it
fair.
does.
This is not fair.
Trace.